Hi everyone, welcome back to Poetology. Some of you wanted to see more of my collage projects, so I thought I would show you the one that got me started. It was the summer of 2021, and in the UK we were having some kind of lockdown, not a very strict lockdown, I don't know, we had all sorts of lockdowns over here. It wasn't terribly strict, I think we were allowed to go out, things were starting to open up again. Our movements were still restricted and I was feeling a little cooped up. And I started making collage, and for my project I went to Oxfam, to the second-hand bookshop, to pick up some interesting books. And I ended up sort of randomly getting a book about old motorcycles and a book on decoy ducks and other waterfowls. And somehow it just came into my mind that I just could see these ducks on the motorcycles, and that was what I decided I wanted to do. So I got both of these things. Now, the first step for me was to cut out all of the motorcycles, because there were fewer of them, and then find ducks that would match each ride. And that was a very satisfying process for me. It was quite complex to cut out the motorcycles because they had small parts, so technically it was interesting, and then the ducks were fun. And I ended up with a project that I wasn't really sure where the project was going. So I had these ducks and I had these motorcycles and they were matched. I wasn't sure what should go with it, and around that time I applied for an art opportunity, a local one, and I made a full presentation about it. I wanted to put these ducks in a big landscape, and I was trying to think of how these ducks in movement could represent different things. I called the project Paths Never Cross because I thought all these ducks will be riding in parallel to each other. I felt like that was what was happening at the end of lockdown, that we were outside but not really meeting yet, because all of our trajectories were quite limited and prescribed, with one-way systems and the like. I was thinking that I would have a poetic soundscape, so poetic lines would be read as I moved through that landscape with the ducks. And so what I was applying for was basically money to make a huge background for all the ducks to ride in. And I didn't have that, so I made an example with cloth that I have, a Japanese tenugui with mountains and lots of Shiba Inu, and the ducks riding through it. So that was my prototype for what I was going to do. Unfortunately, surprisingly, they didn't pick my project. They wanted something a bit more performance-based, I think, and interactive with an audience on Zoom. So my project didn't really fit, although I did get interesting feedback. So I didn't know where to put the ducks at that point, and I didn't have a lot of money for the big background. So I just got some travel magazines, which was very satisfying after not traveling for a while and staying local for such a long time, to just look at all these landscapes. And so I then matched all my ducks with different landscapes, and here we go. You can see these various ducks that I put in snowy mountains. Here's one whose bike is half smoke. It's so fast, so fast. Here are some seaside ones, enjoying the scenery, absolutely beautiful. Some of them are more reckless and adventurous, riding down mountain slopes with volcanoes at the back, and some well-deserved rest by the beach. They are looking into the horizon with trust and a sense of possibility. Look at the dynamics on this one. And here are my two urban ducks enjoying a city view from a hill. This is the safari duck, and another desert duck. This one has two different landscapes to ride on, mountains and lakes. Here we are admiring the climb to the summit, and some high mountain ducks, you know, some of them take risks. This one prefers a more moderate landscapes, nice scenery with a little mill at the back. And that's one of my favorites, just chilling in the woods. So now I have all of these ducks with all of these landscapes. I haven't touched them for a very long time, but I was wondering, what do you think I should do with them? Should I add some poetry onto the ducks? Not the ducks themselves, but around them to sort of give some words, dynamics, because that's something I only started doing later, adding poetry to collage and mixing the two forms. So that's an option. I could add that, create some kind of poem, maybe with moving parts, one line for each duck. But I'm not sure. What do you think should happen to the ducks? Do they deserve an exhibition space? If so, where should I look? Should I add poetic lines, as I suggested, to each one of them? Should I try to sell them? Would you acquire a duck on a bike? Or should I retire the ducks, you know? Maybe the ducks' time is over, give them well-deserved rest after their adventurous rides. Tell me what you think I should do in the comments below, I would love to hear it. Tell me what you think of these ducks, whether they speak to you. They certainly did speak to me for a while. I was obsessed with making them and found it extremely funny and enjoyable. I will be happy to show you more collage projects if you're interested, and thank you for making it through this video with me. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye!